Hi, everyone. Hi, how is everybody? I hope you're great. I hope you're wonderful. I'm so glad you're here. We'll give everybody just a little minute. We'll just give everybody a little minute to get on here. And I want you to know that you can put your questions in the chat section. And if you have a question right now, and for anybody who super chats me, I'm going to pull a tarot card for you today, just because I want to. And let's just see. Okay, great. I hope, can you see my little message down at the bottom? I hope that you can. Hi, it's so great to see you all here. Thank you for being in my live stream. I'm so excited to do this for you. And if you have a question about your own chart, or if you have a question about the transits, you can ask me, and you can just put the questions right there. I got my glasses on so I can see. I took a shower for you guys today. I got all ready, all dolled up. Are you all staying in your bathrobes way too long now? Okay, so does anybody want to lead with a question? If you do, think about it. If not, I can go to my questions from Instagram, and I can go to my questions on Facebook, because I got questions over there too. So the first question, hi. Okay, so Cecilia is asking, because I want to answer your questions first. So Cecilia is asking, what does it mean to have Sagittarius in the second house for Chiron? Okay, that is an awesome question. So do you guys know about Chiron? Hold on, I'm just going to pull the transits up for right now for today, just so we can see. And happy times with a Cancer moon today, isn't it? Okay, so Chiron, so you have to realize that the houses all mean something, and the planets and asteroids all mean something. So Chiron is the wound. It's your wound, and it is also the collective wound. And wherever you have Chiron, that is where you will, in this lifetime, be wounded. And so she's asking, what does it mean when it's in Sag, the sign of Sag, and in the second house? Or is that in a hard aspect? But I'll just give you, for that one placement, Sagittarius is about your belief system, and the second house is about your personal value. So if you have your wound around your belief system in the house of self-esteem, self-worth, money, and your personal value, that means that what you believe in will be questioned and challenged in this lifetime, and you will be wounded around your self-worth, around not feeling worthy enough, around not feeling that your belief system or what you believe in is good enough. You might be condemned for your personal values, Sagittarius, for your philosophy in life, for your religion. You probably came into this world having been persecuted in some way. And so wherever Chiron is, this is also where not only you will heal, but you will, if you really come from your highest self, not only will you heal, you will become enlightened around this very wound. So wherever you have Chiron, I promise you, you're going to have aches and pains in your life. But it is the wounded healer. Your job in this lifetime is to heal those very wounds and find even deeper truth, meaning, and value from having healed those wounds. We don't oftentimes get an opportunity to heal those very wounds until our Chiron returns. And that's at around 48, 49, or 50 years old, believe it or not. That's why our elders have so much more wisdom. That's why, I once said to my mom, I said, God, why couldn't I have the knowledge, at 50, that I have at 50 to raise my child? And life doesn't work that way. So you step into your wisdom at around 50 years old. So I hope that helps. Okay, let me see. can you discuss Saturn transit on the 7th house in a natal chart? Absolutely. But what I would like to know is that Saturn in Capricorn conjunct Pluto and conjunct the South node transiting your 7th house? I'm sorry, I have to make everything complicated, right? But it's not just sun sign astrology. It's not just like, oh, I'm a Cancer. What does that mean? And your questions are smart, but is it just, is Saturn transiting your 7th house right now? Because if it is, that's a really big story. And if it was that would mean you're Cancer rising. So this is for Cameron. So if Cameron wants to clarify for me, I'll come back to you. But basically, Saturn transiting the 7th house means you want stability and commitment around your relationships. It could be in your marriage. It could also be in a business partnership. And when Saturn goes into the 7th, that means your relationships are going to require of you to mature and to grow up and to come from a place of integrity, honor, and the willingness and the resiliency to do hard work. So it's not a bad placement to have Saturn in the 7th. Oftentimes this brings in a major commitment or a marriage, but it means that you want to have your relationships solidified. You don't want maybe as much freedom. You're craving some sort of real partnership. Okay, let's see. Lauren Grace asks, what is the difference between the sun and the moon in an astrology chart? I love this question. This is so good. So to feel vulnerable, the moon is your underbelly. You don't walk around sharing or showing your moon unless you were born on a new moon day. So if you're a Sagittarius with a Sagittarius moon, then you're probably revealing it. But think of the moon as the deep underbelly, sort of if you were a peanut M&M. And the candy coating is what you show. That's your rising sign. And the chocolate is your identity. And the peanut inside is your moon. It's the side that you don't show that, I'll explain it to you this way. If a robber came into my house right now, my personality would not be the thing that reacts. My rising sign would not be the thing that reacts. My Mars wouldn't even be the first thing that reacts. It would be my moon, my emotional reaction. And you can't control your moon very well. You can control your sun sign pretty well. You can amp it up or tone it down. But the place in you that gets fearful or holds anxiety or the deepest, most unconditional love for a person, that's the moon. So the moon is so important in a chart. It's critical. You cannot know yourself without knowing your moon. And I want to say just one last thing about the moon and the sun. If you have a moon and a sun that are in positive harmony with one another, or if your sun and moon are in harmony with your rising sign, life feels a little bit more, I should say your emotions feel a little bit more easy to manage. It doesn't mean that if you have harsh aspects to your sun or your moon that you just get dealt a bad card, but it does mean that the emotional aspect of life sabotages you more frequently, and you have to work a little bit harder to maintain sort of, to tamp down anxiety, to tamp down fear, to tamp down negative emotions. So with let's say a fire sign sun sign and a fire sign or air sign moon sign, those go well together. So there's an internal harmony between the soul and the heart. So I hope that answers your question. And anybody who super chats me, I'm going to pull a card for you and give you a divine message from my spirit guides. And my cards have been so amazing today. So if you super chat me, I would be so grateful. And I'll pull a card for you. Okay, let's see. I'm having past life problems. I can imagine. We bring from our past life our gifts into this lifetime. And so we kind of carry in the baggage and the gifts and the goodies. So stand in your blessings, and whatever you're really good at, this is MTM living. Whatever you're really good at, you, especially if you're a young person, that might be coming from your past life. So let's see, what else do we have? I just want to say I follow your channel and I like the way you explain things. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, this is Rogue Raven. Let's see. Oh gosh. Wait, they're moving. How do I make all these questions not move? Can you guys all see the questions too? I don't know if you can. What does Scorpio moon in the 12th house mean? It means wow, wow, and wow. So when you ask your question, I'd love to know your sun sign too, because it matters. So are you a Cancer with a Scorpio moon, or are you an Aries with a Scorpio moon, right? Because one is harmonious and one isn't. So any moon in the 12th house shows me that you are so sensitive and so deeply feeling. You must have a psychic ability. I just got full body chills. And you probably feel like there is an opportunity to go to the unexplained places beyond this world. So the moon in the 12th house is extraordinarily intuitive. It is so deep. Scorpio is so psychic. You put it in the 12th house, which is Pisces house. Now we have double intuition. So your third eye, do not underestimate your dreams and your psychic ability and your intuitive ability. But there is a protectiveness about you, and there would be a piece of you that may not ever reveal itself to others, or not feel comfortable revealing your deeper emotions to other people. It's very, very private. The 12th house is isolated. So when you put your moon into the house of isolation, it's somebody who doesn't want to reveal their emotions or their feelings. When you have a Scorpio moon, you feel that way. I often say, if you have a Scorpio moon, it's like you are, when Harry Houdini, I don't know, put the trunk with the chains and put it on the bottom of the ocean floor, and then, I don't know, he came out of it or he got it untangled. That's what like a Scorpio moon is like having. It's like you've got your emotions in a trunk with chains all around it, padlocks, and you put it on the bottom of the ocean floor. And you only let one or two people see it. Now you put it in the 12th house. Not only is it on the bottom of the ocean floor, it's probably buried under the bottom of the ocean floor. So there's no trespassing. I hope that helps. Oh, thank you, Carly Ann. Okay, let's see what else I got here. Okay, hold on. When you meet someone, oh, you have the best Aquarius rising video on your YouTube station. Oh, thank you so much. And anybody who is an Aquarius or has anything in the 11th house, or has an Aquarius partner, Aquarius moon, Aquarius Mars, or Aquarius Mercury, you should watch that Aquarius video. Thank you so much. I have a couple Aquarius videos. And thank you. I really like doing my Aquarius videos. I feel like they come easily for me. So let's see. When you meet someone who has opposite north and south nodes as you, is that a sign of you two being good for each other? Because what one knows from a past life is what the other is supposed to gain in this lifetime. From Ashley. That is such a great question. And the answer is yes, but don't be mad at me for all my buts, because astrology is really complicated. I mean, we're layering like 10,000 pieces of cellophane, and each piece of cellophane, we're going to make a 6-foot mountain, and each piece of cellophane kind of has like a methodology to it. So yes, that's true. When you have a reverse nodal axis with somebody. So if my past life is Sagittarius and my next life, my north node is in Gemini, and I meet somebody who has that in reverse, right? So yes, it is true. And yes, it is good. It's just, we need to look at if their Mars, if their sun, if their rising, and if their moon goes well with the nodal axis or doesn't. So if it doesn't go well with the nodal axis, if it's in conflict or square with the nodal axis, those lessons that your North Node partner is trying to teach you will be frustrating for you a little bit. They're not like joyful lessons to learn, right? They will show you sort of your ego or your bad habits. Thank you for the super chat. I'm going to give you a reading, one card reading. And so you need to look at the ease and the flow. So you're not wrong, but I want you to go one step deeper and see if you have conflict. And if you have conflict with, say, the moon doesn't sit well with the nodes, but the sun does, well, that means some of the lessons will be exciting and fun to learn from your partner, and others will be royally irritating and maybe not even doable. So I hope that let's give Erica her reading. Okay, here we go. And if you want to have a card pulled for you, just super chat me anything. It doesn't matter. I don't care. $1. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just a little expression of love. So, and this is my thank you. And this is for Erica. This is Erica's guide. Guardian angels, crossed over loved ones, want her to know. Hold on. I'm going to try to do this without crashing. Here we go. Let's pull this card for her. Okay. So this is juggling. You know, you might either need a second job, or you might be thinking about doing part-time work on the side, or you might be thinking about doing a second stream of income. If you haven't thought of that, Spirit wants you to think about that, how you can do a secondary line of work. What can you create or make, or how can you benefit yourself by bringing in a second stream of income where you do it through a trade or a craft or a skill. So thank you for that. Okay, and now, how do I, I'm so sorry, I'm new at this, please forgive me. Okay, I want to keep going. And let's see. I should have my Carly Ann here. She helps me out with these, but I had to do this all by myself because we're in quarantine. So what is the result of having, oh, let me go up. Okay. You guys are funny. You guys are so cute. What is the result of having a MC in Capricorn with Uranus and Neptune conjunct? It's quite confusing. And this is for Sharada X. Okay, I could see how that would be confusing. Again, I would love to know your sun sign because I like to know if it's in harmony or not. But so the MC is your career. It's the highest point in the chart. I hope I can show it to everybody because a lot of people don't know. But if this is your chart, can you see this? I don't know if you can see it. It's right here at the very top. Right here. And this shows your highest place in your chart. It shows you your place in the community, and it shows you your career. And it will show you what gifts you will be leaving behind, and it shows you the legacy you will be leaving behind. So when you have, let's see what you had, Capricorn, and I think you said you had Uranus. I got to go find it. Hold on. Uranus and Neptune conjunct. Okay, so Capricorn means it's serious business. Capricorn tells me that your work should not be simple or easy. Capricorn tells me that you need to really apply yourself, work hard, and get accolades based on merit. You don't like superficial, fluffy, fake compliments around your work, your career, your place in the community. You also kind of like a status and a rapport. So there is a little bit of fame coming to you, but it's coming to you not because you're Kylie Jenner famous, although I'm not saying she's not a hard worker in her own way. It comes to you, what I was trying to say is not just because you're a pretty face. It comes to you on substance. Now, the Uranian part of that is telling me that it has to be original. You have to have an original mind. Now with the Capricorn there, it means you might bring an original mind to the corporate world or a corporate structure or a more conventional structure. Or you might be responsible for breaking up the old and implementing new, more innovative ideas with Uranus there. Uranus creates breakthrough brilliance. With Neptune there, it tells me that your work needs to heal people and help other human beings. With Uranus there and Neptune there, it shows me that it should be tied to or attached to improving humanity or society or the life force energy out there in the world in a serious way. I hope you got all that. And I hope that helped you. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for the super chats. Okay. I'm going to, oh, you're so sweet. This is for Cameron. She gave me a super chat. So I'm going to shuffle my card and let's see what her divine message is. Are you guys having fun? Oh my gosh. It's so fun to have people in my house. I haven't had anybody in my house for 3 weeks, and I live in outside of the Seattle area. So we've been hibernating. This is my cave. Here we go. This is for Cameron. Let's look at her. Ten of Wands. Okay, so one thing about me, if you know anything about my readings, and I hope you do feel this way about me just in YouTube on my Soul Navigation channel, is I'm really honest. So this shows me that you're about to step into some pretty heavy burdens and some stress. And this is for Cameron. And so I want you to know this, expect this, and prepare for it. And if you're prepared for it, you can alleviate your burden. Do you see all those burdens on your back? So you might feel like you have to shoulder more responsibility. You might feel like there are stresses coming down on you, and you might feel easily overwhelmed. So really take time for you, and you need to stay peaceful and healthy. So you've got to eat your vitamins and get enough sleep and not stress yourself out more than what is already happening from the external world. So I got the stressed out card for you. And I don't want that to be true, but you've kind of got a lot of different hard energies coming at you. So you have to stay really grounded. Just knowing that, you can release it and raise your vibration up and just prepare for it, embrace for it. You know, slow down a little bit so you can be thoughtful in your response and in your approach to life right now. I think you're gonna have some challenges facing you in the next 30 days here. Okay, here's Amy. Amy is one of my dear friends. I love having you on here. Thank you for coming on, Amy. She super chatted me $10, so she's buying me my future drink. Thank you, darling. Okay, let's see. What does the universe want to tell Amy? Let's see. What is the message for her? Aw, this is wonderful. So this is good news is coming in. My King of Swords, I read it a little bit differently than others. And I happen to know the men in her life. And this isn't a specific man in your inner circle, but this is positive communication. And also it could be a deal gets done, because this is usually contracts and good communication and good positive news. So you've got something coming up. You've got some good news coming to you. Will you share it with me? Will you share whatever good news is happening to you with me? So that's kind of exciting. You'll have to let me know what it is. I don't know. Maybe somebody wants to buy or sell their home and it actually works during the coronavirus time. But that's like a good deal, wants to be done, will be done for you, and receiving really good news. And it isn't necessarily about a man in your life. That's just my communication card. And it shows me that it's very positive for you. Okay. Gosh, I can't remember who I pulled cards for. I think I pulled cards. Okay. I don't think I pulled a card for You Are Lovely. Did I? And if I missed you, God, please forgive me. Just message me offline and I'll pull a card for you if I skipped you by accident, because I don't want to. Also, you guys, I have to tell you something exciting, and then I'm going to pull a card for You Are Lovely. Isn't that a great name? I'm getting my new website up today. Yay, I'm so excited. It's only been a year and a half. Mm-hmm. So it might be up right now. It might be up in an hour. I don't know, but go check it out. It's soulnavigation.com. And when you get there, scroll down and you can go look at all the glyphs, and there's tons of places to go. So I want you to go check out my new website. Tell me what you think. Yeah, I can't believe I operated so long without one. It took me forever because my practice was just too busy. Okay, so this is for You Are Lovely. And she writes, hi, I'm a Pisces sun, Aries moon, Sag rising. I've been wanting to catch you live. I love you. Your readings are so amazing, and you're so amazing. Oh, God, if this doesn't make a person feel good, thank you. Mwah. You're so sweet. I'm going to cry. If she's a Pisces sun, she's in my Pisces community on my channel. And those people are so mushy. I just love them. They're just the mushiest people. They're the mushiest. Let me see. I got to pick a good card for you. I think it's this one. Look at that. Are you the only one making money during Coronaville? This is money is finding you. So, and maybe it's because you're just such a generous person, but your money is going to turn around. You're supposed to keep faith. You're going to be able to pay your bills, and you have money coming in. So that's kind of exciting for a Pisces sun, right? And it's sort of like try not to worry too much about your finances, because you are going to find a way through this. So that's exciting. So let's see. Who else has another question? Do we have another question? Sag rising and Virgo sun, moon, Venus, love listening and learning from you. Okay. Oh, well, there's Amy confirming. She's the one that I pulled the card for, and I was like, you're going to get good news. And she said she just got a listing. She's a realtor. So that's really cool. If you need an amazing realtor, go look her up. Her name is Amy Holy. She's on here. I don't know if you guys can chat with each other. So here is Kelly M. Mushy Pisces rising and moon here. So true. And she does 3 hearts. I'm telling you, it's just Pisces cannot not be mushy. And you know what's so fun about doing my videos is I learn a lot from you in the comments. So I'm answering any of your astrology questions about your own personal chart, or if you want to know something, if you want to know like what your moon sign is and you don't know, if your moon's in the 12th house, what does that mean? So here's a person asking me a question. What is the meaning of the different degrees in a birth chart? For example, being born with the sun at 2 degrees, 11 degrees, or 29 degrees. If you guys know me, I talk constantly and chronically about the 29th degree, don't I? So there are 30 degrees per sign. And after the 29th degree, it goes to 0. So it goes 0 to 29. And the degrees all carry different vibrations and different meanings. But I'll just do it real easy for you, because I would love for my advanced learners on here to go study the deacons. And the deacons split the degrees up, split the signs up by degree. So 0 to 10, and then 10 to 20, and then 20 to 30. And that should be a whole video on itself. And maybe I'll do that. If anybody else is interested in the degrees, just let me know. And maybe that's a great video idea. And by the way, I would love for you to leave me in the comments here, like what next video, what videos do you like the best? Do you like it on sun sign astrology? Do you want me to do the houses? Do you like the transit videos? Because I pulled my transit videos and then everybody was like, I want you to do transit videos. So I want to do what you guys are interested in. And I'm almost done with my astrology and love video. I promise I'm going to do my Taurus and love video, but I haven't gotten to it yet. But I want to know, and I'm going to load something up on Sunday, but I don't know what it is yet. So when you have something at the 0 degrees, if you have anything in your chart at the 0 degrees, it is operating with such a boom. It is operating like an Aries energy. It is like rocket fuel. So it is so in your face and bold. If you have something at the 15th degree, you are literally in the moderation of that sign. And if you're at the 29th degree, you're in the very last breath of that sign. And this is the crisis degree. So in transit, when a planet is sitting at the 29th degree, which by the way, for everybody, I think it was, March 29th, we had Mars at the 29th degree. And I said this in my last video. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was Don't Lose Hope for 2020. And I talked a lot about how the planets are and how that 29th degree transits in your chart shows me where that crisis might show up for you. So in a natal chart, if you are born on the very last day of the sign, so let's say you're born on the cusp, and let's say you don't know if you're a Libra or a Virgo because you're born on the very last day of Virgo, and you're born on the 29th degree, right before that 0 degree Libra. By the way, those people, it's almost mandatory that you know your birth time or you figure it out, because on the day it changes, right, you could be a Libra or a Virgo, but I promise you, you're not both. So you're either a 0 Libra or you're a 29 Virgo. So I hope you're following me. So those are very, very different signs, right? Because the 29th degree has the littlest energy of Virgo in it. The energy is going out, and the energy is born into overcoming a crisis or a challenge, overcoming a crisis or a challenge around their identity and who am I. It doesn't mean it's bad. It just means they can come into this lifetime knowing that they've got something that they're going to need to overcome, face and deal with and work through. Now, at a 0 degrees, you'll probably have challenges too. They'll just look a little bit differently. And there's quite a force and a power with a 0 degrees person. So any of your planets that sit at 0 degrees, they're on high octane. Anything that's sitting at 29 degrees in your natal chart is sitting in a place that is more, I would say, fragile, sensitive, vulnerable, right? You want to protect that 29th degree. And you want to know that it comes with a great deal of sensitivity. And it may even come, that planet may even be a little bit insecure. So that might be where some insecurities lie inside of you. But when we have a 29th degree planet transiting our chart, which we did on March 29th, and we also have, I wrote these down, we have on June 20th, 2020, so 6/20/2020 is the day before American Father's Day, we have our nodal axis, our south node and our north node at the 29th degree of Sag. And we also have, let's see, well, and on July 2nd, we have Saturn at the 29th degree. And then, so those are really big days between June 20th and July 2nd, because we have those major 29th degrees playing out with transits. We know that's going to be a rough time. So we want to prepare for it. So I'm going to answer more questions, and anybody who wants me to pull a card for you, just send me a super chat and I will pull a card for you, and we will channel what your divine message from the universe is. So let's see. Kellyanne, she began studying astrology in November and she's hit a roadblock with different house systems. Okay, there's lots of interesting information on that, right? So as a beginner, I would suggest you stick with Placidus and you work with Placidus and you master that. After you master that, then go explore a whole house system, and then that would be more advanced. And if you want to look at your own chart and see what works for you, you could take your chart in Placidus, and then you could take your chart in Porphyry. These are the different house systems that calculate the spatial relationship between the different constellations. And you could see how the planets and how the house cusps move around. And when you do that, they're only going to move a tiny bit, but you can see which house system speaks more truthfully to you based on using your own chart and looking at the differences between the different house systems. I hope that helps you. Okay, let's see. Hi, I have watched your video about, oh my gosh. Okay, when everybody chats, I can't read the message. I got to click on it, I think. Wait. Where was I? In your last video, you mentioned the dates for the rest of the year, but what's happening in May? Okay, I'm sorry, I lost the other question. I wonder if I can, but what's happening in May? My birthday is May 28th, and I'm wondering what you think the world will be like. I think May is going to be really tough. I did skip May, and I probably have to go back and really look at it to give you a super honest question. But one thing that I looked up, and I think people are going to receive false hope, be let out of the gates, and the second half of May and into June. And then I feel around June 20th, we're probably back in quarantine. And it might not look like this first round of quarantine. I think we're going to have 3 quarantines. And I think the second 2 are going to be kind of like looser or more like voluntary. You don't get arrested in the street, etc. But I think there's false hope and misinformation in May. So I do hope you guys are all fact checking, but I probably need to go look at the transits more microscopically for May and maybe do a May transit video. Because when I was doing my 2020 dates, I was really looking at cataclysmic dates and I didn't see too many in May, but I'll go back and look. So thank you for that. And let's see, who's this? Oh, this is Karen. She's buying me around too. Oh, Karen, how sweet of you. Contributing over here, either to my mortgage or maybe my glass of wine. I'm going to buy something fancy with your super chat. Okay, let's see. What does the universe have to say for my dear friend Karen? By the way, Karen lives like 5 houses down from me. So we're neighbors. And I love her to pieces. Here we go. Let's look at Karen. Here we go. Oh my God. This just like, I couldn't be happier that you got this card. This is the soulmate card. This is like the highest card, best card. It's not the highest card, it's the number 2, but it's, look at this. I hope you can see it. It's the High Priestess, and it is the Divinity card. And this is my favorite card in the deck. And personally, I don't think there's a better message than this. This is like God's love, divine love. This is the card of soulmates. This is probably because you're my soulmate in so many ways. And it's just beautiful. Like you're blessed and you're fortunate, and not to forget that. And you have a strong divine connection. And it's like, I have full body chills. It's unconditional love for you from the universe. And you are a source of unconditional love. So like, if that doesn't make you like move to tears, oh my God. Oh, it is the most beautiful card. You're being watched, you're being protected, and you're being guided. So listen to your intuition. You're probably able to receive messages right now. and they might come in through intuition, like what's the best move to make. You know, if you sit with your intuition, you're being guided divinely. I love that for you. You deserve it. Okay, let's see what else I got. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. Somebody asks, Kelly asks if the ascendant can be in the 12th house. Well, I wish I could show it to you. So the rising sign is right here. I hope you can see it. It's kind of hard. It's right here. So the rising sign is the line. It is the doorway between the 12th and the 1st. So the ascendant is just that line. It's actually the horizon, and it separates the 12th house from the 1st house. So it is the doorway. It is the back door to the 12th, and it is the front door to the 1st. What is your sign, moon and rising? Lauren Grace asked me that. You know, I never tell that. I keep that a secret. But I'll tell you, just because you're a special person, I'm a Sagittarius, and I have a Libra moon, and I'm a Leo rising. Now you're going to make me blush. I don't usually talk about what my signs are. I try not to reveal that in any of my videos because you guys don't want to hear about me. You want to hear about you. Okay, let's see what else we got. What type of questions are you answering? Oh, everything. Okay, here we go. This one's funny. Okay, I'm not laughing, but other people are going to be able to relate. I am Zola Joy, Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, Aquarius rising, Sag. You got to go watch my Scorpio videos. And I have a Scorpio moon video, I have a Scorpio sun video, and I have how to fall in love with Scorpio. But Scorpios merge so deeply with their wounds that their wounds take on their identity. And they live in the suffering aspects of life, oftentimes, meaning they can merge so deeply with the hardships, the hard stuff, the gory stuff. And they're not afraid of it. They can go where angels fear to tread. And so Scorpio is very attached to tendency for Scorpio, along with the other water signs, Cancer and Pisces, to be melancholy. And so their disposition is oftentimes melancholy. And because you're so highly aware of what's wrong and what's not operating correctly. And if you have been wounded in your life before, if you have been wounded, you might be attached to that original wound, and that wound may not have healed. It takes a very long time for a Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, or a Scorpio moon to heal. So you probably have to do some deeper healing work. But one thing I want to say is if you can push the Scorpio aside and step into the bigness and the vastness and the wonderfulness, the glory of your Sagittarius and Venus, that can save you, because that's like a parachute. And you must be happy at times, or you must be really funny. One thing I would love to tell you is, after this coronavirus thing, it would be kind of good for you to do sort of cynical humor on stage, if you could do it, like a dry sense of humor with the absurd or what's wrong with this world, so you can poke fun at the disgusting parts of life. And because Sagittarius is very funny, and Scorpio is very deep, and it will just see and speak the raw, gritty truth. And Sag can do that too. But if you could combine humor, and you probably have a really good sixth sense of humor. And I didn't say sixth sense, I said sick, like sicko. And get on a stage, get on improv somewhere if you can, because you probably are very cynically funny, and you probably have like a dry humor. And so that's how you can remedy your feeling sad, if you will. but you're a very deep person. And so you have to make sure you also hang around people that fuel the Sagittarius part of you. So you need to hang out with some fire sign buddies. If a planet doesn't have an aspect with other planets, what is the meaning? Yeah, so unaspected planets. They're lonely. They're lonely creatures. I wonder what planet it is, because if it was your moon, that would be hard. That's your heart. So if your heart has no aspects to it, it has no other energy to pull itself up and out. So when you have an unaspected planet, what I want you to do is go look at your favorite people's charts. And I want you to see if their planets aspect that planet that is unaspected in your chart. Are you with me? Have I lost you guys? I hope you're understanding. Some of these questions are really advanced. And what's exciting for me is I get to see how advanced my viewers are. A lot of people have told me that my astrology videos are too, up there, and they're that I leave too many people out. But I can see I have a lot of really advanced, watchers, I should say. So subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 20,000 subscribers. That's my coronavirus goal. So if you have an unaspected planet, it means it receives no energy, help, or assistance from any other aspect of yourself in this lifetime. So you will need to find something in the external world, someone or an animal that has an aspect to that part of your chart in order for it to be triggered. The other thing that will trigger it is a transit to your natal chart. So don't worry, there will be plenty of activity that will activate that part of your chart for you. And that chart is that planet is activated. It's lonely. It has no friends in your natal chart. No other pieces of yourself communicate with it. So it's kind of on an island. So when a transit hits it, it's like boom. Or there might be another person that hits it and it wakes it up even more so. Oh, I got a super chat. Thank you for super chatting me. If you super chat me, I'm going to pull a card for you and do what your divine message is. I'm a single mom. This is for Eva. I'm a single mom with a sun in Leo, like sun sign, Aries rising, and Aquarius rising. Okay, you can't have sun in Aquarius. You can't have Aries rising and Aquarius rising. You can only have one rising. So I think you meant moon. I think you might have like an Aries moon and Aquarius rising. Would love a card. Okay, this is for you. Oh, and I think you gave me 10 pounds, which is better than dollars. I feel so loved. Thank you. Gosh, now I have $30 worth of drinks. I'm so excited for when I can go out again. Here we go. Let's give you a great message. You ready? This is for Eva 404. The Hermit. If you have a sun in Leo and Aries in your chart and Aquarius in your chart, this quarantine time is not easy for you, but you have to do it. And this is telling me, if you are a single mom, you probably need to be at home and investing in your kids and in yourself. So this tells me to tell you to take this time very, very seriously and to not expose yourself and to stay a hermit. You have to stay indoors. And if that hasn't become true where you live yet, it will be shortly. And like I said, in May, we're going to get some false hope. So don't believe the false hope and really rethink how you can do your life in this quarantine time and how you can be prosperous with your children and with your work and with your own mind and with yourself. Aries cannot stand to be cooped up at home. Neither can Aquarius. Aquarius is, sorry, I have a hair in my face. Aquarius is, freedom and independence, and they're kind of rebellious. So they don't want to follow all these rules. And then Leo has a giant life to live. So trying to coop you up is like jail for you. It's supposed to remind you to like really, really take it seriously. Probably because you are a single mom and you need to take care of those kiddos. Okay, this is Rachel. And again, if you did a super chat and I didn't pull a card, just go to my Soulnavigation website and send me an email, or you can follow me on Instagram at soul_navigation. I hope you guys are all followers on Instagram because I post constantly astrology videos there. This is thirsty work. And by the way, this is just water. So find me on Facebook at Soul Navigation. Okay, so this is Rachel Frost. Hello, I'm a Sun Aquarius, Moon Virgo, and a rising Capricorn. I love watching your videos and learning. Thank you. I love your glasses. Glasses for the longest time. And now that I'm really getting up there, I'm getting so much older. My eyesight is really leaving me, and now I really can't live without them. So thank you. I'm glad you like them. And guess where I got these fancy glasses at? It's so funny. I went down to my optometrist, and he has all these like gorgeous lenses, right? For like $300 to $500. Of course, I pick out the ones that are like, oh, these are $380, and then after you make them, they're $520. So there's a tip for you. Okay, this is for Rachel. Show me Rachel. What do her spirit guides, guardian angels, and crossed over loved ones want her to know? This is the Eight of Wands. So this is very interesting. And it's the opposite of the last card I just got. Something wants to take off for you. There's a new idea. There's a new energy. There's a new passion. There's a new creative pursuit that wants to go bigger, stronger, and better. So you might be going out there in the world. It might be virtual. It might be in the real world. And but just be safe and grow yourself. So there's something that wants to expand. There's something that wants to really grow to do so. So that's awesome. Fun. Okay, did I get you guys? Okay, that was Rachel. Oh, and this is Jordan from Australia. What time is it? I have no idea. I can't even imagine. Is this the middle of the night? I love my Australians. I have a lot of people that call me from Australia. I don't know. We're kindred spirits, I think. Pisces sun, Virgo moon. So that means you were born on a full moon. And people who are born on a full moon, that is very unique, I should say. These are deeply feeling people. Imagine the moon for a minute. Imagine the moon in its total fullness, right? And then if you guys can relate to me, and I'm sorry, I talk in such American culture. Just forgive me for that. I can't help it because I just don't know anything else. But imagine one of those big giant Home Depot buckets, and then go fill that Home Depot bucket all the way up with water. And now I'm going to ask you to carry around that bucket. I'm going to ask you to carry around that bucket, and that bucket is your emotions. And I'm going to say, don't drop any water. That's what it feels like to be a full moon baby. You are filled, you are illuminated with deep, 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 deep emotion, just like that full bucket. So, and Aquarius rising, would love some tips. Hope you're staying safe. So a Pisces sun and Aquarius rising. That is so interesting, isn't it? So you have Leo on the 7th house. You need a very strong partner. And you probably do not like weakness, to tell you the truth. And a lot of Pisces are attracted to the wounded soul. But with that Virgo moon and with Leo on your descendant, because you're an Aquarius rising, it's interesting because it tells me that you really need a strong partner, and you need a partner that is creative or willing to think outside of the box, somebody who's playful, and somebody who will really allow you to be you. And so you probably have Pisces either in your first house or second house. And so there's such a creativity to your life. You really need a unique and sort of extraordinary life. You're not born to do the routine or the mundane. Even though you have a Virgo moon and you might be good at doing chores, you're not really supposed to do chores. But you are supposed to cook, believe it or not, even with Aquarius rising, because you got that Virgo moon. So good food, good health, good hygiene is really important to you. Diet and nutrition is important to you with that moon in Virgo, and maybe even learning about herbs and tonics and tinctures. Maybe learning about alternative medicine, alternative healing would be a great study for you, a great practice. You would be fantastic. There is a part of you that's supposed to heal and serve humanity. Pisces and Aquarius are these great healers for humanity. Pisces will heal just all life force energy. Aquarius will live conscientiously towards mankind, healing the earth, healing humans. And then Virgo wants to serve and literally show up with their hands and with their mind, lend their knowledge and lend themselves to the healing of man one at a time. So Aquarius and Pisces are like the vision. And then the Virgo moon in you is the servant of that vision. So really being a healer in this lifetime is important to you. So let's pull a card for my Australian friend, Jordan. The Emperor. I don't think you know how great you are, because you need to realize that you are the Emperor. Can you be our president? Can you please be the president of the United States of America right now? I believe in you. We need you. We need a healer. And thank you for your Australian dollars. So I really appreciate it. It's so sweet of you. But the Emperor is, my God, believe in yourself. Go conquer your world. Do not shrink away. You have a giant, giant, giant mission in this world. So I hope you're busy doing it. And I hope you're doing something really wonderful. And if you guys want to write to me, or if you want to follow up on this and let me know about you, just go over to my Instagram and follow me, and just put a comment. Just put a comment on any one of my posts, and I'll see it. You could put a comment on the post that advertised this this live feed. Okay, let's see what else I got. Am I good with my super chats? Okay, so let's just see. I have the moon in the first degree of Taurus. I relate to it a lot. Yes, because it's at 1 degree. So it's really, really strong. And if you're born under a new moon, that works like a 1 degree or a 0 degree sign too. So a new moon has this oomph. It has an Aries energy in it. My father has the moon in Virgo, and he is flipping out right now. Is he listening to me? Or do you mean with coronavirus? I don't know what that means. That's from Ulysses. You mean because of what I'm saying? Let's see. Hi, I have watched your... Oh, okay. So this is out of bounds. See, I love this. You guys are so advanced. Tell me what you want my next video, or what information you like to hear from. I don't watch a lot of other astrologers, but I do watch some. And but I'm kind of busy doing my own thing, my own life, my own pursuits, my own studies. I'm building a podcast. Just crazy busy over here. So I don't have a lot of time to do that. But I want to know, like, what information are you not getting out there? What information is there too much of, and what information is there like nothing on? So if you could help me out and let me know, because you might watch, more people than I do. So where's the out of bounds one? I lost you because it scrolls. Hold on. Oh, okay. This is from Reem. Hi, I have watched your video about out of bounds Mars. I checked my chart like you had guided us. I have both my moon and Uranus out of bounds. Not much info online. May you please help? Oh my gosh. Yeah. So the moon out of bounds, any planet that you have out of bounds is going to operate in a way that is out of bounds. It's going to operate unconventionally. It's going to operate in a way that, like, your society, and that doesn't mean what I think. That means what your society, what your family, what your culture, what your tribe has said you should do. You're going to be a little more than that. You're going to be different and quirkier than exactly what it is your society or your culture is expecting of you. So I don't know what sign that is in, but I don't know what sign your moon is in, and I don't know what sign your Uranus is in. But look at the sign, and then I want you to know that you're going to be kind of an exaggerated or wildly, more wild, unruly energy of that particular sign. So, for example, your moon out of bounds is going to tell me that you are going to have enormous emotional depth and emotional sensitivity, emotional thoughtfulness, intuition. And so you are going to be deeply sensitive to self and to others. Now, if that's an Aries, that's going to look like a ton of courage. If it's Pisces, it's going to look like it's very spiritual and magical. And you might not know where the emotional boundaries are. If it's in Sagittarius, it's going to look like your emotions are very loud and big and exaggerated. If it's Virgo, your emotions are going to be extraordinarily intellectualized and very discerning and cautious. So just know it means it's exaggerated, overblown, big, crazy, wild, unruly, not managed well. And with Uranus out of bounds, I'm going to tell you that that is the mind of a genius. That is the highest octave. Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury, and people who have Uranus out of bounds have the most innovative and quirky, massively unbelievable ideas that can truly advance the universe. I'm curious to know if Steve Jobs's planets were out of bounds for all that he, has contributed to the rest of life. Our lives will never be the same again because of Steve Jobs. And so that's an example of having maybe a Mercury out of bounds or a Uranus out of bounds. When you have a personal planet out of bounds, it operates in a little bit of a stronger way. You might be able to see it more. But if you are an Aquarius and you have Uranus out of bounds, that's your chart ruler. And so that would tell me that you were born with an innovative genius that needs to be shared with humankind. So that's a pretty big deal, especially the moon out of bounds. And not very many people have out of bounds planets, by the way. It's pretty rare if you've got an out of bounds planet. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, I think that was that in my Mars video. Yeah. I think the title of that video is Mars Out of Bounds. I think I did that around October, November, December. Mars Out of Bounds. Go watch that. And I talk about out of bounds videos. Okay, let's see. Super chat. Okay, this is for GT4 Ziggy 2. I love your names. Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon. So this is a new moon person. So this gentleman feels a lot. He is a very passionate person in the Taurian way. So I hope that you watched all my Taurus videos because I go on and on and on and on, especially my Taurus rising video about the deep passions inside Taurus. And Aquarius rising. Can you do more videos on anything besides sun signs? Absolutely. My sun sign series, thank God, is over. God, it's like a heavy weight, like I have one more to do on Taurus in love for my in love series. And it's like weighing on me like a ton of bricks. So do videos on anything but sun signs and the importance of the different houses. Thanks. And keep up with the videos. Oh, thank you so much. So the houses are The houses are, that could be a whole video. And maybe what I'll do is, maybe you're asking me this, like to do a whole video on the different houses. But I think you're asking me to do a future video on all the different houses and the meanings of them. Absolutely. And sometimes I like to take the different signs through the houses, but that gets verbose. So I don't know if the video series, you guys send me your ideas on this. Either email me. My email is soulnavigation1111@gmail.com, or just go follow me on Instagram and DM me over there, or post a live comment so other people can see it too, because I like feedback. But sometimes I would like to take like Aries. And what does it mean to have Aries in the first house? What does it mean to have Aries in the second? What does it mean to have Aries in the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth? And I could do a whole series on that. And then I go to Taurus and I take Taurus all the way around. So you can see how complicated it is, right? But I'm so glad you guys are learning, because there is so much truth in astrology. I have been floored. I have gone back and looked at my forecast and my prediction videos, and my jaw is on the floor, and I surprise myself. It's thirsty work. Okay, let's look at GT4 Ziggy 2 for you. And thank you so much for chat. I'm so grateful. You guys are very generous and very sweet. We have to pick a good card for you. Oh my gosh, the Judgment card. I love this card. This is card number. You're a very strong person and you have Aquarius rising. So Uranus and Saturn rule your chart. So you have a lot of grit and a lot of stamina. And so this is the Phoenix rising from the ash. Your life might feel like it is crumbling, and I know you probably don't relate to that word, but it is being torn down, or the fabric is thinning somewhere for you. And this is fortitude. So this is showing me you're getting a second chance at something. This is showing me that the Phoenix is rising from the ash. So if you do step into a challenge or misfortune, or let's say your job goes away, or it dissipates, or you have to work part-time or half-time, there's a revival here somehow. So, and this may not have happened yet. So something is coming up where it looks like something is crumbling, and it might not even necessarily be you. It could be somebody in your life that needs support or needs help. But I want you to know it's like a second coming. And I don't mean that biblically, but when the Phoenix rises from the ash, it shows me that the disappointment or the challenge or the takedown or the breakdown or the shutdown has a new life in it for you. There's a silver lining in whatever challenge or crisis is facing you. So I hope that helps. You have to keep your faith. And I'm pretty sure you probably do. And I will take your video suggestion to heart. Thank you. Oh, good. This is Eva 404. She just said the card was so spot on. I'm from the Netherlands, by the way, and I still had some money in my PayPal. So if I can have another card, who can say no, right? Who can say no to anybody in the... So this is the 5 of Cups, and it's reversed. And some of my cards are hard cards, and I think they're hard cards. That I'm just a very honest and direct and truthful reader. And if you want a reading, I should have said this before, but I do this full time, all the time, all day long, every day. So you can book a small session or a larger session, an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, and 30-minute readings. And you can go check that out through my online scheduler. And that's listed underneath every single video I do, and also on my website, soulnavigation.com. So this shows me that you're gonna face some hard news. I'm just being honest with you. But with it reversed, the hard news is not as bad as you fear or as you feel. So I want you to know that the hard news might just be 2 steps backwards, but it's not like decimation or death. It's just that you may know somebody who has the virus, you may see it around you, but this is the card of melancholy. However, it's reversed. So it shows me to actually tell you to not be melancholy. Do not be afraid. And like, do not collapse in all of this. You have to work very hard to keep your energy positive and optimistic and to focus on the blessings and to know you are going to make it and you are going to be okay. And if you have a loved one that's suffering, you need to be the strength for them too. So, your challenge that you're going to face probably in the next 30 days is kind of just a step back, but it's not an obliteration. And you might be fearing like worst case scenario. You might be thinking fatalistic thoughts. So don't do that. It shows me that it's not going to be that bad for you. So I hope that helps. I'm so happy you're here. I'm Leo and I would love a card. Oh, sweet. Okay, I will give you a card and then I'll go back to my questions. Let's look for Kim. Darling Kim. So fun to have you here. I love it when my friends come on. And now all you subscribers are my friends. It's so nice. In Coronaville, you see the Seattle area, life now, but you guys make it so fun. And let me know if you want me to do another one of these too. But let me concentrate. This is for Kim. 7 of Wands. I'm going to be honest with you, Kim. And again, my cards are so beautiful because they're truthful. So it's not a lot of, false hope here where, oh, you're going to be rich and skinny and fabulous and famous. No, they're like real messages. So this, and I don't want to scare you, but you need to protect yourself. You need to protect yourself emotionally, and you need to protect yourself like in a physical way right now. So you need to be on guard, stay guarded, and keep your guard up, keep your walls up a little bit, and stay very strong and fortify yourself. Really get into the health and wellness of your body, of your mind, of your heart, and of your soul. You cannot afford to have toxic energy anywhere in your life. So if you have a partner or a person in your life that's being less than wonderful to you, you need to guard yourself from it. So this is telling me to tell you to protect yourself and guard yourself, and to really pay attention to the warning signs. Like you have to be really alert. Okay. This is Lori. Hi, Lori. Okay. This is a message for Lori. I don't know anything about Lori, but we're going to pull a message for her. And don't go far away because I'm going to come back and answer the questions. So when I get the devil reversed card, don't worry, it's not really the devil, and it is reversed. So this is also a warning card, but it tells me that you will be okay and not to live in fear. So if you have been feeling paranoid or if you've had a deluge of news, step away from the news, step away from the toxic energies. And this is like a little bit more of an extreme version of what I just read for Kim. So with you, Lori, I want you to focus only on the positive, and you really need to step out of fear. Because it is reversed, it shows me that the negative things that you fear are not really going to happen to you in your life. So you need to kind of quit thinking about them in a way, because then you make them happen, right? Because we attract what we think about. Step into the beauty and the love in your life, so you can fill your life up with things that don't make you fearful. In my family, my job has been a little bit stressful as we all have been. I mean, it's not like I'm a nurse on the front line. Sometimes I can't get myself out of my own vibration of the sorrow and the sadness and the suffering. So I need to use an outside source or force to kind of, this is Maria. Libra Sun, Aquarius Moon. Isn't that gorgeous? So that's harmony. Taurus Rising. Can you pull a card? And you did my chart online where I was Venus and Virgo, but I'm curious about all the other research had me as Venus and Libra. Yeah, that would be interesting. You're probably on the day that it changes. And so it might be at 0 degrees Libra or 29 degrees Virgo. But with Taurus Rising, I hope you saw my Taurus Rising video. And I've got a line of super chatters up there that I need to get to. And I promised them if they super chat that I would pull a card for them. So Gold Star, God bless you. I have Corona. I am so sorry. Oh, that breaks my heart. That just breaks my heart, Gold Star. And I just pulled the 9 of Wands for Gold Star just because Gold Star says they have Corona, and that breaks my heart. So for Gold Star, okay, thank you. For Gold Star, it does say be guarded and be careful. And then they wrote April Fools. That's a terrible April Fool. They must have an out of bounds planet. That's out of bounds planet right there. So funny. April Fools. Can you believe they did that to me? Okay, if you super chat me, I'll pull a card for you. Yes, absolutely. So here's Maria. Did I already do Maria? I don't think I did. Here's Maria. Okay, I'm going to do Maria now because she just super chatted me. Thank you. It doesn't have to be, a ton of anything. It's just a gesture of love. That's all. Thank your generosity, and I'm so grateful. So this is for Maria. And if you super chatted me and I didn't pull a card for you, it was a mistake, and just DM me and I will on Instagram or Facebook. Trying to feel which card I want. Okay, so Maria, this is the 5 of Wands, and I am going to tell you that you're going to have a disagreement with somebody, and it's just a small disagreement, but what the disagreement is about is somebody needs knowledge that you have, and I think they are hard of hearing and a little stubborn, obstinate, and they don't want to hear it. So you have to find a new way to communicate your truth. And there's going to be a little bit of a butting of heads, or somebody's not going to cooperate with you. You're not going to be able to make impact directly. So you're going to have to finesse your way into this conversation. So who's being stubborn in your life and who is challenging you right now? It's not back down. It's the way to communicate your thoughts. And that's going to happen in the next 30 days. So I don't know who that is in your life, but okay, let's see. When you spoke about fear, that actually is what I feel. And I always tell myself to step out of it because it will come true. So that's the person who I just pulled that card for, stepping out of the fear. And I'm so glad that you do that, and do anything you can to pull yourself out of the negativity. It's very hard to do. Sometimes we have to phone a friend. I have to call my mama, and I'll just call my mom and say, I'm just spinning out and I don't know how to fix this inside of me. Will you help me? And moms are good at that. Okay, so Moon and Saturn in the 11th house, Aquarius, with a stellium, that means 3 planets or more, in Libra, Mercury, Jupiter, Sun, Mars in the 6th and 7th. It's quite harsh. Moon and Saturn in the 11th house in Aquarius. That alone right there is really hard. And I would say that is a toughie. But you know what I love? I love that Libra. And that Libra knows how to handle that Saturn moon in Aquarius. So Saturn moon anything, any sign, anything is really, really hard. Saturn moon Aquarius is very hard. And Saturn moon 12th house, very hard. So you got a triple threat right there. But if any sign in the zodiac could handle it, it is that brilliant, fabulous, loving, smart, generous, thoughtful, intuitive Libra. And you have a stellium there. And if you didn't watch my Libra part 2 video, oh my God, please go watch that. And please go watch Libra in Love. And I don't think I've done Libra Rising yet, but please go watch my Libra videos, especially my Libra in Love. I go so deep into how Libra is the most intuitive sign of the zodiac. Not a lot of people know that. They are the only ones to bring deep analysis and intuition into their thinking and feeling. And so they're the strategist and the intuitive, and it makes them beyond brilliant. And I think Libra, when it is at its best and not paralyzed by itself, then it is in a place that can jump almost any obstacle that it is facing. It has so much resilience. A private one-on-one session. You can go to my website. It's being launched today. Yay. I hope it's already up at soulnavigation.com. Or you can just go straight to my online scheduler. And I have that listed on any video. I don't have it listed on this, but I have it in the notes section on any video on my YouTube station. And subscribe to me. I hope you guys are subscribers. So ring the little bell also so you get a notification when I do my next live feeds. And let me know if you like this live feed. And I might just do a tarot card live feed where I just do readings. Natal chart. Oh, I love that question. I can't read your name, but I love that question. So, I think I would love to give you the stereotypical answer, and then I'm going to give you 3 unique things that you can do in addition. Okay. So the 3 most important things are sun, moon, and rising sign. And those 3 things, you can study them in 6 different ways. What does my sun do? Rising interact? How does my rising and my moon interact? Right. And so understanding that is really important, because the rising sign is how you will present yourself to the world. The sun is your life force. It is your identity, your ego, and it is the soul of you. The moon is the deepest part of you, and it is your emotional makeup, and it is how you will love and how you will express love. So those 3 things are really important. But when I look at a chart, I go straight in and I look for a 29-degree anything. And if I see a 29-degree something, I know that that is where that person feels a little fragile and insecure. The second thing I do, and so I look tenderly at that 29th degree. Then the second thing I do is, it is so important, and you can only do this if you know the time that you were born, and you really need to know the exact time, is the house in which your sun sits in. The house that your sun sits in is so important. It's like this. If this glass of water, if this water was my sun, well, the only way I can get this water, access this water, is through a container. And this container, if this glass was red, let's say, this container is going to be a filter around my sun. So if my sun is Sagittarius and it's in the 6th house, I know that this 6th house filter is around my sun. So the house is critical because it will show you how your sun is affected and how your sun will be utilized, how yourself will be utilized in the world. And if you don't know what house it is in, you can't know the container. And the container is critical to the experience of your sun sign, of your soul. So I look at the 29th degree, and then I look at the house of my sun sign. The next thing I do, so these are my three like quirky things that I do after I do the sun, moon, and rising. I look for any degree of a planet that I have duplicates of. So if I have a 15-degree sun, I go and I look and I see if I have any other planets at 15 degrees. If I have a 22-degree Pluto, I go and look to see if I have any other planets at 22 degrees. If I have a 12-degree Neptune, I go and I look for any other planets that I have at 12 degrees. And that is the third thing that I do. So it's really the sixth, because I gave you three, and these are three bonus things. And what that means is I go and I look at what planet is sitting exact, okay? And if I don't have any, that's fine. But that's just one thing I do. And what that means is that connection is incredibly important. It is critical. It is like a fault line in my chart, or a destiny line. It is so vital and so important. It's like when you read palms, it's like the lifeline. So I look for that exact aspect, because I know spirit is telling me to work with that relationship. So if it's Mars and the moon, then go do research on Mars and the moon and that aspect. So I hope that helps. That's kind of advanced. But, oh, good. My website's up. Would you please go look at my website at Soulnavigation? Thank you for telling me that, Joe. So I guess www.soulnavigation is up. Hallelujah. It's a miracle. I cannot believe it. I've been operating without a website for over a year, and thank God people like me enough that I didn't have to have one. But finally, I got this thing up after editing and changing. And so you can find out all about me. Who am I? Why have I been doing this? What do I do? Everything about me and more. You can go find it on soulnavigation.com, and you can book a reading there if you want a private reading. Okay, so Green Fort Griot. I have Pluto in Scorpio at 29 degrees in the 10th house. Well, you are a powerful, 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 powerful person. Oh my God. And let's just say right now, thank God it's in the 10th house, because you are going to do something publicly with it. And your legacy is going to be shaped around a 29-degree Pluto in Scorpio. That's like, holy hell. Power. Like, you are a great transformer. And I pray to God you are doing something so good for your community, for other people, and to shape your legacy around the suffering that you see in the world. And how are you helping the world transform its belief system, its values, its relationship to society and to community? How are you advancing this world? Is it through music? Is it through art? Is it through, I don't know what, but what people experience with you, Green Fort Griot, is they meet you, they feel in some way, shape, or form forever changed, and then they go and be different. That's what a 29-degree Pluto in the 10th can do. Now, the 29th degree in Pluto is telling me that you've had severe crisis in your life. That you've either had a relationship with divorce, loss, goodbyes, destruction, sadness, something. And it is through that you have grown your stamina, your tenacity, and your ability to see the human condition in a different way, and to see the things that really need to be transformed. So leave me a note and let me know if you can relate to that. So while it's tremendously difficult, I would say, it's also even more so such an incredible honor to be given like a stick of dynamite to walk around with every single day of your life, right? And that can either be fireworks, or it can implode and be a dangerous weapon. So how are you going to use it? I hope you don't self-sabotage too much, because if you're unhealthy, you can really self-sabotage. So anybody who wants me to pull a card for them, I will do so. just super chat me and I will pull a card for you and give you your divine message. And I'll read these questions until then. Michelle, Pisces Sun, Aquarius Rising, and Sagittarius Moon. I feel torn a lot of the time, pulled in two different directions. Is that normal? Absolutely. A Pisces Sun is going to feel that no matter what, but then you are Aquarius Rising and a Sag Moon. I mean, truthfully, Pisces and Sag are square. They're in hard aspect to one another, but I think they work really well together. I'm wondering how old you are, because I think with time, having Pisces, Aquarius, and Sagittarius, it's a very old soul. And there's a lot of wisdom in those signs. And so when you elevate and you stand in the highest energy and the highest vibration, not in the abuse of those signs, but in the best virtues of those signs, you really are here to change the world and to help people adopt and see understand a new belief system. And there's so much goodness in those three signs that really can impact the entire universe. So it's no small thing. And I would say just pick one thing and try it. If it doesn't work, you're flexible enough to try another thing until you really find the thing that resonates in your soul and fills you up with an emotional feeling. You're going to live outside of the box a little bit. Okay, let me just see if I missed anybody. I am live. Here I am live. And if you guys want me to pull a card for you, I will. Just super chat me. And tarot each card video. I think she's wanting tarot card videos. Does Pluto in the first house dominate the ascendant? I am a Libra rising at 19 with Pluto at 11, Scorpio. So it's in my first house too. That's a great question. It's not on your ascendant. It's way too far. Remember, it's just with Pluto and the ascendant, I would say take it into consideration and consider it on this ascendant if it is 10 degrees away, 10 degrees or less. So if it's 1 degree away from your ascendant, that's the strongest. But that's far enough. So you're 19 degrees. So you still have 11 degrees. Let me just see this. You still have, you're a Libra, right? So you still have 11 degrees of Libra in your first house. And then you have 11 more degrees before you get to Pluto. So what I would say to Reem is Venus is a little bit more important for your rising because you're Libra rising. So Venus is the ruler of your ascendant. And so you probably look very beautiful. You're probably very refined and you probably have a grace about you. You probably have a diplomacy and a high intelligence. You're probably very polite, well-mannered, and kind. Now with Pluto in the first, yes, it's absolutely critical because your body, yourself, will carry that Plutonian energy. So you don't really want to have a superficial persona, or you want to cut through the bull pretty fast. You want to get to the honest truth pretty quickly. And you probably don't like the superficial or the fake. Pluto is very real. You probably have a deep psychology about you. So it does shape yourself for sure, but it's not your ascendant. So it's not what you look like, and you won't walk in the door looking like that probably. It depends on your other planets. Like if you are a Scorpio, then it's a different story. But Pluto in the first, very important. It puts that depth right up front. It means that it is critical and it is important to your life and your well-being. But it won't necessarily be what you look like. Your rising sign is what you look like. And you probably approach the world with a Venetian aspect to it, which is beauty, peace, harmony, and love. And when it's in Libra, it's intelligence too. Yes, you can get a private one-on-one with me. I'm doing all virtual right now, but you can just check that out on my website at soulnavigation.com, and I would love it. That would be great. North Node in the 12th house. Well, that is telling me that you are being asked to develop your divine relationship with spirit, and that you are being asked to develop a vision or a picture of life way bigger than yourself, and that you are here to step into a gargantuan life, a divine life, develop a spiritual practice, and to maybe even learn the intuitive arts, and to study the mystics, to become a poet, embrace music, peace, harmony, divine love, and learn ultimately unconditional divine love for mankind. That is the North Node in the 12th. This is Felix. Okay, so Felix, this song just gave me a super chat. So I'm going to, wait, where did you go, Felix? I know you're here somewhere. Oh my God, I can't keep track. Okay, I'm going to give Felix a card. You guys are so sweet. And he gave me a super chat, which I'm grateful for. It doesn't matter the amount of money. That's not the point. The point is just a little, I love you, just an energy exchange. It's just nice. Thank you for supporting me. Okay, here we go. This is for Felix. Let's pull a card. This is good news, and communication is coming your way. You're going to receive a verbal blessing. So somebody is going to say something very sweet, very kind, very positive to you, or help you out in some way, shape, or form. So expect good news. So like if you have applied for something, or if you're waiting on hearing some good news, this is an acceptance card. So this usually means yes, like the answer is yes. And there is positive news finding you, Felix, and you would be like well received this month. Okay, so here is my next. Oops. Oh gosh, I got all these super chats. Okay, so this is for you, Gold Star, my April Fool's practical joker. Let's look. This is for Gold Star. This shows me happy home, happy family. This shows me to really invest in your family right now. So if you've been, I don't know, estranged from your family, or if you have not been around your family, this is like embrace your family. This is a time for you to reconnect to family. And this shows me that your family wants you to reconnect with them. And this shows me like to pour love into your relatives, your family. I think you're very well loved and liked. And this is a positive card, a happy card, but this is showing me to encourage you to reach out to them. So I don't know if that has been missing, and if you've been isolating and haven't been able to, or if they are just dying to talk to you or reconnect with you, but there's somebody in your family that wants to connect with you more so. And so that might seem mundane to you, but it is a really sweet message, and it comes with good intention. It doesn't come with burden or with a challenge. Okay, so this is for Sonia K. Any messages from my ancestors? Let's take a look. I have a 4 o'clock reading to. I'll try to get these last super chats. Okay, and this is for some. I want to have a bigger opportunity here. There's money, there's work. You know, it's not giant money, but Sonia, this is telling me that they are supporting you in your work, in your money, in your finances, and in your endeavors. And you don't need to worry as much as maybe you have been. Now, this isn't like giant money, right? This isn't millionaire money. This is just a solid stream. And I think your ancestors are trying to tell you that you are stable, you are safe, you are figuring this out, you're doing well. And there's a pride in that too, because it wasn't upside down. It's like, take pride in your work, and they take pride in your work too. So you must be pretty steadfast and solid. Okay, this is from my friend Angie Ward. Gemini moon, 29 degrees. I'd love a card. So she's a 29 degree moon, and it's in Gemini, and she has a Gemini sun. So with that 29 degree Gemini moon, I would say, you know, there's a fragility around her emotions. She might be a little bit more sensitive than a lot of Geminis. And she might feel like there's a level of emotional awareness. And you may have also felt with that Gemini moon at 29 degrees that there was either a separation or you had to get independent. You had to become self-reliant, or your emotional needs were maybe not attended to as deeply as you would have liked, or you may have been misunderstood as a small child. So this is for you. Let me just get this up here. Hold on one second. I think. Oh, okay. Hold on one second. Wow, this is the same card that I got earlier today for somebody else. I love it. And you see that I shuffle my cards. So my guides really want me to tell you this, Angie. This is the Phoenix Rises from the Ash. This is the rebirth card. So there's a second chance here at something. So if something didn't work out for you, you're going to get a revival or another chance. You're going to get an opportunity to make things better. It's almost like if something crumbled or fell apart, I just want you to know that there is another better thing coming to you, and you're not supposed to worry. If you feel like things are falling apart, they're really not. And there is a revival. It comes with a change of heart, a change of perspective, or a change of mind. So you don't get it just for free. You know, it's like when you step into your best thinking, your best self, new opportunities will find you, and you will get a fresh start at something for you. Okay, this is for Tiffany Robinson. What does the true node in Cancer at 10 degrees in the 7th house? The nodes are always retrograde, so don't worry about it being retrograde. Mean I'm Sag rising, Virgo sun, and moon, and Venus, and I would love your perspectives. So, whoa. That's like the whole chart. I'm a Sag rising. I'm a Virgo sun, moon, and Venus with my North Node in Cancer. And your North Node is in the 7th house. This lifetime is actually about relationships. And it's about you not just being the servant in a relationship. It's not just about you caretaking other relationships where you are not set up as the servant or the fixer, but that you step into a true love. You will attract, if you haven't already, a true love that is unconditional, that is deeply fulfilling, where you are treated in all of the beautiful glory that you actually are. And you will be respected adored, admired, loved, listened to, and heard as an equal. So really learning to not give up your power inside all your relationships, not just romantic, is really critical to you. So that North Node in the 7th is saying you need to get relationship rights in this lifetime and look at where the power is. And if it's not an equal power or a give and take, then you're probably in something unhealthy. So let me thank you for your super chat. So sweet of you. And let me pull a card for you. This is for Tiffany. So good news is writing in, and this is like knight in shining armor. So I'm wondering if you do have a healthy relationship or a good relationship right now, and if you're feeling confident about it, that would be neat to know. But if you don't, you've got good news coming in. You have a good partnership coming in, and you have something very healthy finding you. And this partnership could even be a business partnership, or it could be platonic, but it could also be romantic. The 7th house is your business partnerships, but it's also your marriage. So if you're already married, it means that you've got another partnership coming in, or good news around partnership finding you. And because it wasn't reversed, it was straight up, it shows me that it is a blessing for you. And that's in the next 30 days. So I can't wait to see what it is. I got to go in just a couple minutes, but I'll answer just a couple more questions. Do you, I only have one, I'm so sorry. Like I read the question and then somebody types and then it scrolls up. Lilith is a really big subject. I'd have to do that in a video, a whole video. And I don't love Lilith. I don't, some astrologers gravitate towards different things. I love the asteroids. And if you guys are still here and you want to go buy my asteroids report, oh my God, it's amazing. It is just amazing. It doesn't get enough credit. So if you want to know where your asteroids are, you can go to my website, soulnavigation.com, or my online scheduler, and you can scroll down and find your asteroids report. It is so long, it is so detailed, and it is mind blowing. It is so good. And I think they do talk a little bit about Lilith in that report, but I really love the other asteroids, and I put my time and energy into them, and I don't put too much time into Lilith. If I want to study Lilith subjects, I really work with somebody's Pluto instead. That's just me personally. That doesn't mean anybody's wrong. Please do, because there's 3 Liliths, right? Yeah, I haven't put a lot of time into studying that. Carly, Mars out of bounds in my 1st house. What does that mean? That means there is going to be something so unusual. You have an energy that's different or larger or more impactful than what's considered normal. So Mars out of bounds is somebody who can also have a quick temper, quick to act, can't sit still, you might feel like you have ADD, but you don't. You might feel like you're overly energetic, or you're energetic when you shouldn't be, or you can't sleep at night when you should sleep, and you're awake when you vice versa. So it just means that your energy in the 1st house, you have a very energetic and strong life force energy. So I don't know if you were an athlete, but oftentimes when you have a Mars out of bounds, these are like phenomenal Usain Bolt type athletes. That could be Olympians, or they could take that life force energy, and because it is so big, so profound, and so powerful in the 1st house of the physical body, you could do something absolutely outrageous with your physicality, or your vitality is larger than life, larger than normal. So out of bounds means just that, and it depends on what planet is out of bounds. When are you coming back again? You're so sweet. If you guys like this, follow me on Instagram and let me know and give me some ideas, because I might do this every Wednesday. I don't know if I have the stamina, but I'm sure going to try. I don't do enough live feeds, that's for sure. And you guys are great. And I've got my client here in just 6 minutes, so I got to go prepare for her. But I can't thank you enough for all the super chats and all these like brilliant. I had no idea that my subscribers were this deep and smart and intellectual about astrology. And I love seeing this. And there's more and more. If I didn't get to you, I feel like I got everybody, but if I didn't, I'm looking. Please just forgive me. I didn't mean to. And I hope you'll go check out all my other videos. If you haven't seen all the transits for 2020, it was the last video I did on Sunday. Please go watch that. I want you to know the dates and write them down and put them in your calendar because they're important to have so we can change the energy and the vibration. And also, I load content every single Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. And if you guys like this, just send me a note and let me know. You can either write to me at my email, soulnavigation1111@gmail.com, or just come follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm on there and I try my very best to answer everything over there. And I do videos, short little videos all the time on Instagram. So come follow me. And thank you for subscribing. You guys are beautiful, beautiful souls. I don't really know how to end this, but I'm a newbie with these live streams, but I hope to do them more. Let me know your thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes, and take good care of you. Bye for now. See you soon. Thank you.